ladies, so I'm Agatha. Hi everybody. So I want to welcome you to the I Am a Woman YouTube channel. And guys, I'm so excited. I can't wait for you to be on this journey with me. The reason why I'm starting this channel is because I want us ladies to share our experiences with each other, also to empower and encourage each other through sharing. And I just believe that us women, we're so powerful. Like, we go through so many experiences and we always get up. So this is the first video of this channel, and I really just wanted to use this opportunity to introduce myself, also to tell you what's led me to this point of me starting this channel to empower women. So ladies, I was born in Uganda. So big up to my Ugandan people. Muli mutabanyabo. And I moved to the UK when I was 9 years old. In Glasgow. I moved to Glasgow and I was staying in Cranhill. So Cranhill then was quite rough. So what's happening, mate? Big up to my Glaswegians too. So like I went primary school and secondary school in Glasgow. I grew up in a single mom household, so my mom raised me. And as I was in primary school, me and my mom kind of grew apart and I wasn't as close to my mom anymore. And as I went into secondary school, I was more like more with my friends. So I started like chilling with my friends more, talking to my friends more, opening to my friends more than I was with my mom. And like within my childhood, I had two different types of friends. I had my good friends who were all about staying home, reading books, going to youth clubs and stuff. And then I had my bad friends who were all about going out, house parties, boys. And I want to explain to you how like my friends have influenced me and how I've become this adult, like what's led me to this point. So guys, we're gonna start with my good friends. So as I said before, like my good friends were, they wanted to stay home. They wanted to do homework, they wanted to go to youth clubs, like they were more ambitious. They knew what they wanted in life. Like they were not with the peer pressure. Well, I was kind of more with the peer pressure. Like I wanted the danger, I wanted the risk, I wanted to be an adult, I wanted to be independent. Like I'd got to that point where I was not listening to my mom anymore. I was making up lies so that I can just go to my bad friends and pretend that I was with my good friends. You know, my mom made a lot of phone calls, you know, and yeah, I was not there. But like in a way, I kind of undermined my good friends, because if I had stuck with them, like I would have not went through half of the things I went through. I'd have probably discovered myself sooner. But you know, that didn't happen. So obviously I took the danger. So I'm gonna tell you about my bad friends. So with my bad friends, well, I'm not gonna say they were bad. I mean, we definitely influenced each other, and society definitely helped us as well, because back then, like there was underage clubbing in Glasgow. Like there was Cube, Wigwam, Sub Club, and these clubs used to start like from 4 p.m. and end like 10 p.m. Like we used to go in the club, we used to dance, we used to wind up on boys, we used to meet boys, and like, you know, get into the adult, it was an adult, yeah, like it was adult, like before we were adults and we wanted to be adults, like we're out here clubbing. And I remember I used to make up lies to my mom, you know, like my mom used to be like, you've got a curfew, you need to be home by 8 p.m. yeah, and then 8 p.m. will come, like we'll be like, okay, let's go, and then there'll be a good song, and then we'll be like, oh, wait, after this song, and we'll leave, and we'll be there. Tutus is 10 p.m. tutus, your mom's calling you, you're there like, you pick up for me, please, you pick up for me. It was madness. But that should have never happened because we were just kids, and we should have never even had those clubs in the first place. Like, we were kids, you know. So it influenced us to grow up quicker, to become adults at such a young age. We already wanted to be independent. We just wanted, because I remember then when people used to ask me, I was probably 14, they'll be like, how old are you? I'll be like, I'm 16. Because I wanted to be an adult. This risk was calling me, and I wanted it so bad. I went out and got a job. Yeah. So my mom's friend helped me to get a job in this cafe. And now I'm, you know, independent. I have my own money. Like, I stopped saving the lunch money that my mom used to give me. Now I got money, I'm independent. So, and on top of that, like, I myself, I was already insecure about myself. Like, I didn't like my body. As a child, I was quite chubby, and I remember all my friends, they were skinny, they could wear anything they wanted. But me, I remember even when I went to like kids shops and stuff, like the clothes used to not like fit me, you know. I didn't even know my size. But like, I was insecure. I did not love myself. And back then, like, the magazines, they used to like kind of like they used to have this thing where in magazines, like, if you had cellulite or fat, like, they would put a circle on you, like, to kind of like, it was really bad. And everybody was skinny and looking nice in magazines as well. And then the people that were fat or whatever used to get dissed. So yeah. So guys, at this point, like, I just want to be an adult. Like, I'm attracted to the danger. Then, like, I'm attracted to the danger and the risk more. I want to be independent. Me and my mom, like, our relationship is not so tight anymore. I miss my dad. I'm insecure about myself. I want like a man, like a role model, like man figure in my life, which I didn't have at this point. Like, I was even lucky if I saw my dad once in a year. So yeah, so my mom's friend helped me to get a job in an internet cafe. So I'm working, I'm making my own money. I'm an adult now. I'm feeling a bit more independent. And like, my boss was a bit older than me. He was 10 years older than me. So I get this man who's now showing me attention, you know? Like, he's giving me compliments. He's telling me I'm beautiful. Like, to me, this, like, it was already, I was so insecure about myself. It boosted me up, like, you know? So I'm attracted to this. And he makes me more comfortable, and tutus, I'm sleeping with this man. I mean, knowing that I was 15 and this guy was 10 years older than me, so he was probably 25, 26 then, like, it was wrong. But me, at that point in time, I never knew how wrong it was. Like, I just thought it was normal, you know? I just thought, this is a man that I like. I thought he was my boyfriend. To be honest, I was excited to even have a boyfriend, because now I have somebody for myself, you know? Like, I have someone attracted to me, you know? So it was excitement. And I mean, my friends, they knew about it, and like, they never said anything bad about it. So I'm thinking, this is normal, this is good. Although I would have never went to my good friends and told them. So I had two different personas. Like, when I was with my bad friends, I'll let them know. When I was with my good friends, I would be like, yeah, innocent, yes, cool, you know? Like, I don't show them this other side, you know? Like, I play two parts. I'm like, if we were talking about sex, I'm like, oh my God, never. So I would act innocent because I had to keep up, you know. I didn't want them to know that I'm this other different person, but I was. And but anyway, going back to my boss, like, this guy was so It was wrong. It was wrong. He was an adult. I was a child. Yeah? I never even knew. Sorry guys. Sorry, I needed to take a drink. So, and calm down. So I never even knew the importance of sex. And to be honest, like, I had never really been sexually active. Like, I wasn't really that sexually active. Like, I'd had sex once, lost my virginity, it was a bad experience. So after that, I was scared, you know, I was scared. So this man now starts sleeping with me, like introduced me to sex, introduced me to alcohol, you know. And to me, like, he was an adult. He should have never crossed that boundary. Although I was going to him as a father figure and whatever, like, he should have been a friend to me. He should have asked me, like, what's wrong, why are you even trying, like, he should have never abused that trust. Like, even my mom was trusting him with me at such a young age, and he took advantage of me, of my innocence, of me being naive. Like, it's not right. You should never sleep with an adult at such a young age. Like, and the funny thing is, like, I never knew, because adults knew about it and they used to talk about me sleeping with this man, but nobody ever came to me and like, what's going on? Like, why are you sleeping with this old man? So instead of everybody like gossiping about me, like, somebody should at least went to my boss and told him, you're the adult, stop sleeping with a 15-year-old girl, you know? But that never happened, and it kept on going for a while, to the point that I got pregnant. So I'm 15, I'm in school, and I'm pregnant. At that point, I was, what do I do? I think I was even doing my exams, like, I was stressed out. I'm pregnant. Like, I was a child. I didn't even know. And I remember I called my friends, my bad friends. I called them and I told them about me being pregnant, and they just laughed. they laughed. They were laughing on the phone. Like, it wasn't funny. For me, it wasn't funny because I was actually going through it and I was confused and I didn't know what to do, and I had to deal with everything by myself. Even that guy, he barely done anything. Like, he already was in a relationship. He was engaged. So he never even done anything. The most he did maybe was on the day that I had the abortion, he picked me up, took me to the hospital, picked me up and brought me back home. That's all. But apart from that, all the emotions, everything that came with it, I had to deal with it. And I couldn't tell my mom, because my mom was an African parent. Like, how do I now go and tell my mom, I'm pregnant? Her? Are you mad? She will just beat me. So, nah, that was a no-go. I could not. So, like, I was just going through everything by myself. And, I mean, my mom did end up finding out, but she found out going through my things, you know, because I'd left the documents and stuff for me getting the whatever. And then when she asked me, she was like, like, I had to lie to her. I couldn't even say it was that old man that got me pregnant. I had to make up that it was somebody younger that got me pregnant, you know. It was just sad. And at this point, like, I had so many things going on. Like, I just got pregnant. Like, this man, I feel like I love him. Like, like, it's because he was giving me this attention that I wanted so much from my dad, and I was getting it from him. So I just wanted it. Like, I wanted him so bad. So at that point, I decided to move to London, but I was still so young. I remember I asked my mom, can we move to London? My mom was like, huh? No. So when my mom went to work, I got her credit card, booked myself a ticket to London, wrote a letter for my mom telling her I was going to my auntie's house, and I moved to London. So then I was 17, 16 in London by myself, without my mom, with all these insecurities, with all these things that I just been through. So now when I go to London, hey, London, when I go to London, now all these men, it's like I was fresh meat, fresh. I was so insecure about myself, but the way these men in London gave me so like fake confidence, like it's just all of them were just preying on me. Like tutus, I was noticing, damn, I have a bum, damn, I have boobs. Like now I wasn't even that insecure about my body anymore. I started, like before I wouldn't dress, like I was insecure about my body, so I would not like show my body that much, I wouldn't flaunt it. But now I started wearing really slutty clothes, very. Like I'm sure guys, if any of you ever saw my previous like Facebook, you saw the life I was in. You saw the kind of person I was then. Like I was wearing really like showing my body basically. Like you could see everything, you know. And I was getting this fake confidence of these men. Like I now thought I was pretty, and now I thought I was a bad girl, and now like you couldn't touch me, you know. I was on top of the world. I was at my prime. Nobody could tell me nothing. Like I remember going to clubs, and if a man grabbed me anyhow, it was game over. I was ready. I would fight. Like I was so ready. I was so hot-headed, and nobody could tell me anything, because then I was a teenager and I just thought I knew the world, and the world was mine. So I'm in London. At first I moved in with my auntie. I was staying with my auntie. I was doing college. I was quite okay. Then I started staying with my cousin. My cousin and her boyfriend and her boyfriend's family and stuff. So my cousin's boyfriend was Jamaican and stuff. Like I loved my cousin. Like my cousin, like then, like I thought so much of her, and I wanted to be so much like her. Like even when I was a little kid, like she used to take my other little cousin out, but I wanted to be her. Like I wanted to be around my cousin. So now I have this opportunity. I'm with my cousin. I live with my cousin, and like my cousin's boyfriend now started giving me attention. So with all this insecurity that I had, I just had this, like I was still like, although I thought I had, like although I thought like I was, you know, I was noticing my boobs and whatever, like I wasn't really healed. Like I was still insecure about myself, you know. So now this younger man closer to my age is giving me attention, and I'm like, wow, now I'm getting attention of this guy that's close to my age, you understand? And I know it was so wrong in so many different levels. Like this is my cousin, like don't go there, that's her man. But I did. I went there. I slept with my cousin's man. And I didn't do it because I wanted to hurt my cousin. I didn't do it because I wanted to take her man. I done it because I was insecure about myself, and I didn't love myself, and I thought by being with him it was gonna take away this pain. But it didn't. If anything, it made me feel even worse. At one point it got really bad that I actually tried to kill myself. I remember we had a big fight, whatever, so I left my cousin's boyfriend's house or whatever, and I went out, bought pills, bare pills, paracetamol, bought bare alcohol, and I was taking, I just took all these pills and all these paracetamols, and I remember calling my mom, calling my friend, like, you know, I was ready to die. I was ready to just, I was hurting so much. Like I had so much pain, and I hated what I had done to my cousin, and I just wanted everything to stop. I was tired. That's what I was tired. So at this point, I'm 17, approaching 18. Me and my cousin are not talking anymore. I'd kind of told her the truth, but not the whole truth, but then she found out. So I'm now with my cousin's friend. That's where I live. And this, like, we were going clubbing Monday to Monday. Guys, I didn't even have clothes for during the day. That's how bad it was. Like, I don't think I even used to go out during the day unless I was doing my hair or looking for an outfit. Like, and also at this point, everybody in Scotland, like my friends there, they're all like preparing for uni, preparing like what course are they doing. They've just finished school, you know, now they're applying. Like, everyone's got a future, like they've got something they're going for. Me, I'm stuck in this. I'm trying to mask the pain that I'm feeling, you know. So I was going clubbing Monday to Monday, entertaining men. I was all about popping bottles, you know. Yeah, I popped them bottles. Anybody who used to see me in Governor, holla, because I know you lot, you used to see me in Governor back in them days. Yes, I used to go Governor, like, and Club Afrique. I don't know if people know about Club Afrique. Yes, that was my sport. At this point, I'm even going out, like, the girl that I was with was like going out with a man who was married. So the whole environment around me was just, it wasn't a good environment, you know. So at this point, like, my family is like, you know what, we're gonna send Agatha back to Africa. So I know a lot of you have been, you know, your parents have threatened you, sending you to Africa. Me, they threatened me, but I never thought it would happen. Anyway, they didn't even bring it like that, you know. They were clever. They told me that my grandma is sick, that I should go see my grandma. So even me, I'm like, yeah, my grandma, you understand, I haven't been to Africa since I left. So I'm excited to be back home, you know. So I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be a holiday, you know. So I'm like, oh, hyped up for it to go to Africa. So now I'm going to Africa. So now I'm in Africa. Africa was great. Africa definitely brought me back to earth. Africa reminded me of where I came from, you know. Like, I mean, I remember being on the plane and getting to Uganda. Oh, I was like, wow, I'm home. Oh, I love Panange people. I love you home. But yeah, so now I'm back in Uganda. So when I went to Uganda, I was living with my dad. So now I'm with my dad, but in a way, so now when I move with my dad, like, my dad was now trying to be a father figure. But at this point, I'm 18, you know? Like, now I'm like, oh, is it? So this is when you want to parent me, you know? Like, now I'm already too grown for him to be giving me rules, you know? I already think like I'm adult enough. And plus, like, where have you been? I've already been through so much. You don't know nothing about me. Who are you? You know? Who the hell are you? You're here now telling me about my life. And on top of that, you don't even want to talk about the reasons why I feel like this. It's all about, oh, but Agatha, you were like this. Your life was like this. You know? And I just didn't want to hear it. And me and my dad got into an argument. Ended up leaving my dad. I was stubborn. So when me and my dad had this argument, I was like, I'm not staying in this house. And my dad tried to lock me in my bedroom. I was like, hell no. So I'm there arguing. My dad pushed him out of the way, got out into the compound, and then he's telling the gate man to close the door. Me, I'm like, hey. I remember I forgot my phone, so I go get like the house girl's phone to call my boyfriend so that he can come get me. Best believe I climbed the gate. I went over the gate, and then I remember my dad even came out to look for me. This was 2 a.m. by the way. I'm in Uganda. 2 a.m. My dad came out to look for me with the gate man, and I was hiding in the bushes. Like, I could see him, but I was hiding. I was so determined to leave that house. Like, there was no way I was sleeping in that house. So now I'm in Kampala. I'm with this man. This man was also older than me. So I'm 18. This guy was 30. So, but with him, he really did love me. He really did. He wanted the best for me. If anything, it's me who mistreated him. So like he really did to like care for me and stuff. And I mean, when I was in Africa also, I ended up losing my grandma, and that really did hurt me. And I remember like we had like a memorial for my grandma, so we had to drive to Fort Portrell. So hey, muli mutaba bwoli naba moti naba puli, like hey my toros. So I had to go to Toro for my grandma's memorial. So we're driving, like half of us in this car were drinking, even the driver was drinking. And I remember we stopped and like to get food and stuff on the road. So I come out, you know, get the food, whatever, get back in the car. Like we hadn't even been in the car for that long, you know. So I'm thinking like, yeah, it's still okay. So I didn't even have my seatbelt on. My seatbelt was off. And like we're driving, I was just saying, all I see is the car started swaying, and I remember just shouting out the driver's name. And tutus, I wake up, I'm in this car, like I have blood all over me. Someone's holding me, asking me, are you okay? They're taking me to hospital. Like I'm just like, what is this? Like it was like a dream. I was so scared. I'm in Africa. I've not grown up here. My mom's not here. I'm like, it was scary. But anyway, like yeah, the accident happened, and at that point, like I mean, I was in Africa in hospital for nearly three months, but I was ready. Now I was ready to go back home, you know. I was ready to come back to the UK because I'd been through a lot there, and at this point I could also even see like my thinking had changed. I wasn't a little girl anymore. I was an adult. I was thinking different. Like before, all I used to think about was party and clubbing. Now I'd actually started thinking of like, what job do I want, what education, like how am I going to settle down and all of this. So at this point I was scared, and I just wanted to go back home. So yeah, I came back to the UK. So back in the UK now, more insecure than ever. Like with my accident, I went through the windscreen, so like my whole skin on my forehead was like taken off, like, so I have scars all over, and on top of that, like some of my hair can't even grow back. So like, you know how important hair is to us ladies. So that, like, definitely that thing like was holding me back. I was so insecure about myself, and on top of that, the girl, that 17-year-old that left the UK, the party animal there, so the fake confidence that I had, all them kind of like, all that had died in the car accident. Like I was different person now. Like now I didn't even want to be in London because I came back with a different mindset. I wanted to settle down. I wanted to better my life. Like Africa had shown me light in a way. So I'm like, no, you know what? I'm going back to my mom. So I come back to Scotland, and that's when I meet my husband. Girls, girls, this this marriage, this husband, I mean, girls, let me tell you, you better go in a relationship loving yourself, knowing your worth, because if not, he's going to tell you what your worth is, you know. I went into this marriage, I was already broken. I didn't even know who I was, you know? And I was expecting him to fix me. Like, he abused me emotionally. He tore me apart. Like, at the end of it, like I didn't even know who I was. I was so wrapped up in this marriage so much and making it work that I even lost myself. I didn't even know who Agatha was anymore. I had lost Agatha. Agatha was all for this marriage. So guys, at this point, I was very broken. I felt worthless. Everything that I had been through in my life was just coming to me at one time. Like I was reliving everything at one time. I blamed myself for everything I'd been through. I blamed myself for my marriage failing. I blamed myself for my child being here and not having a father. And I found myself at a point where the 17-year-old girl that wanted to kill herself was back. But the only thing was, I wasn't naive anymore. And I was an adult. And I also had my child. So I couldn't take this easy route of killing myself. Because every time I looked at my child, I was like, who am I going to leave her with? She still needs me. And I had to just stop and really look at my life and analyze everything and be like, what has brought me to this point? Because I mean, everything was coming back to me and I was blaming myself. And I had to look deep because I was feeling this pain. I was feeling everything. And the hardest thing for me to accept was the fact that I got molested at 15. Like, I had dug that so deep that I never wanted to bring it back up. But I had to deal with it. I had to face it. And I had to be like, yes, I was abused. Yes, the way I grew up. They're going clubbing. They're wanting to be an adult at such an early stage. The danger life that I wanted to live is what has brought me here to where I want to kill myself. So guys, I now find myself at this point where I rather forgive myself or kill myself. I also have my daughter who's dependent on me. So I'm like, how am I going to leave her? How am I going to leave her with nobody to guide her? How will she feel like my mom just killed herself? She's going to feel like I didn't love her. So I prayed to my God. I was like, God, show me, who am I? Help me through this tough time. And did my God answer? Huh? Did my God answer? God showed me I was a queen. God showed me I was beautiful. God showed me I was powerful. God made me forgive everything I had been through. God made me take the good out of every bad situation I had been through. God let me see the light. He let me see the lessons that I had learned from it. Things that I thought had teared me down, those are the things that powered me. They're the things that made me strong. They're the things that are making me this woman, this queen, this empress. Okay, guys, like the person that I am today, to that person that I was that wanted to just end her life, Like now, I'm on top of the world. Now you can't tell me nothing. Because I know my life purpose. I know what I'm here for. I know who I am. I know my worth. I know the queen in me. I'm not even insecure anymore. All them scars, all that hair, all them... Where? Have you seen me? Do you know me? Guys, I want to scream because I'm that excited. Like, forgive yourself. It's not your fault. What you've been through in life is not your fault. I had to deal with my demons, guys. I was going through depression. I was going through things where I felt like I was worthless. I thought I deserved everything that I was getting because of everything I had been through and everything that I had done to people, you know? But I had to find it and I had to fight. And I had to believe in God, and I was like, this is not why you brought me here. Like, from when I was young, I knew I had a purpose. I knew I was destined for greater things. And God showed me that. Out of my brokenness, He showed me power. He showed me, I don't even know, but I've never been more happier in my life. I've never been so stable in my life. I've never been so sure about what I was doing in my life. And that's why I am here. That's why I have started this channel. Because I believe us women, we are powerful. We are beautiful. We are queens. And we go through so much in life. So much. But we overcome everything. Everything. Life throws at us. We overcome it. And that's why I'm here. To empower, for us to support each other instead of being bitchy and, you know, judging each other. We should come together. Do you know how powerful we are? If we were all to come together and unite and be one and share our experiences. The funny thing is, I have so many female friends, yeah? And when I hear their stories are so similar to mine. Like, we're all going through these things, but nobody wants to talk about it. And that's why, you know what, I'm okay. I'm okay to say what I've been through. I'm okay to show to share my story with you lot and tell you know what, this is what I am, this is what I was, but doesn't make me that person now. If anything, it's made me greater. It's made me more powerful. It's brought so much fire. Fire. Girls, fire. Like, woo! Okay, I'm getting crazy, but damn, bro, damn. Because I cannot believe the person I am and that person that I was a year ago who was ready to just take her life. And now I'm so powerful. I believe, I know my self-worth. I know my limits. I know what I can take and what I can't take. There's no man, there's no human being in this whole world that can tell me who I am. Because I know who I am. And that's what I want for everyone. I want them to know how beautiful, how special, how queens. And I just want us to come together and share our experience and just grow. And also to reach out to this young generation. Because if I had somebody who had guided me through everything that I have been through, and somebody had just, you know, all, like, as I said, like when I was going through when I was 15 and I was getting molested, like I had big people that were gossiping about me. Instead of them going and talking to this guy that was sleeping with a 15-year-old, they turned it against me. if I had somebody that had just spoken to me, asked me like, how are you? Not how are you, but how are you? Because I feel nowadays, how are you is just hello. Like, we need to make our generation better. Like, we can't, when will this cycle stop? Like, we keep going through the same thing and nobody talks about it. It's happening, guys, and all of you know it's happening. So we need to come together and talk about it. So guys, we're now at the end of the video, and thanks for making it at the end with me. Like, if I had told you my whole life, hey, yeah, we're gonna be here for days. So I couldn't give you every little dirty detail, but guys, I wanted to be as open as possible because you don't know what your testimony can do for someone else's life, how it can change someone else's life. So let's empower each other. Let's share our experiences, our wisdom. Instead of putting each other down, let's bring each other up. Like, let's unite. And we're queens. And queens don't need to be strong alone. Queens can be strong together. And also, guys, I'm so excited for you lot to join me on this journey. And if you have your story, please contact me. And thank you for watching.